Hello, hello, hello. How's it going? Good morning, Brioni. Hi, Sue. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Mary Sharkey. Hello, Miss Linda. Hi, Mac. How's it going? Oh, man. It's been crazy, crazy town. Hello, Miss Edie. Thank you for spreading the blessings. Man, y'all. What? I don't know. Let me look. Let me look. It's 103. So 103. Tomorrow it'll be 105. And then we cool down at 101. You know, it's all good. It's not. It's not. It's miserable. It's miserable. Let's be real. It's miserable. So, hold on. I don't know what's going on with the book. I'm like 47 seconds behind, and I know that I'm not that behind. It's -3 here. Oh, see, I don't like either one. I don't like either one. Either one I'm not okay with. Yeah, and I have to go and get in my hot car. Ew, could you imagine getting on the city bus when it's 105 degrees out and the door constantly opening, closing, letting people on and off, and they're all muggy and musty and Hi, Sandy Kling. No, thank you. So, hi, Monta. How are you? Hi, Tina. I know that would be so nasty. I can't. I know that when I was old enough and allowed to go places by myself, that we would take the bus occasionally, but we walked everywhere. We didn't even like the bus back then. So, but Sue loves that freezing cold weather. No, me not so much. So obviously I wasn't here yesterday. I can't. I need to figure out life right now. I still like my schedule is just all combobulated. With the business, with work, with my stuff, with my family stuff. It's just yeah, it's getting a little wild and crazy for me. I don't know, there's 24 hours in a day, right? But I feel like the hours that I have to actually get anything accomplished are like a very small window. And if anything goes wrong in that window, like if anything is like 30, 40 minutes over, it whacks out the whole thing. And then I either can't do something or something's getting, yeah, Sue. And it's awful. It's awful. It's awful. So, yeah, so I don't know. Hey, Kay. Hi, Angela. Hi, Helen. So, no, I know it's okay, but like for my mental health, being here every day, I know people are always like, how do you do it every day? But for my mental health, being here every day and being able to create with you all every day gives me a couple of hours of just me. You know what I mean? No packing orders, no work, no, you know what I mean? It's just, hi, my rainbow lovely. How are you, Sammy? Hi, Melissa. Thank you for sprinkling. So, when I'm not able to come on, it's not only that I'm not able to come on with you all, but for my mental well being, I'm not getting that time for myself. and that's not good either. You know what I mean? Hi, Vicky Browning. Vicky Browning, do you know that Ashley is on Creative Hour on Saturday with me on Decoupage Queen? She says she's nervous. I'm like, what are you nervous for? You got this, man. Oh, you're welcome, Mary Sharkey. We need you just as much as you need it. Aw, thanks, Sammy. Yeah. So, anyways, today I'm excited because y'all know when we did the release and I did hi Nancy. I showed Mila. So this is from Andy Skinner's summer release. I was like, man, you know what? The wings that I have in my shop, I see something with that. I see something that I want to do with that. I will make sure to make Ashley nervous 2 or 3 times. She was like, I'm nervous. Thanks, Miss Linda. Yeah, I miss you guys just as much. And I know it's like one day, right? But also when I'm not here that one day, I've got this like, because you guys know I have that self-diagnosed OCD, right? I feel like something is wrong all day. Like I haven't been able to do something. I haven't been able to finish something. And y'all know how that is in my brain. It's like, inside. So, hi, Leveda. So let me show you what a couple of my ideas are for Mila. And you guys can... What is happening? Hi, Fiona. How are you? What's happening today? I've got my Sammy, my Rainbow Lovely, and Fiona's now here. What's going on? Hi, Carol McGill. All right, so let me show you what I have, and you guys can help me decide what to do with her, because I've got lots of ideas here. So obviously we're going to use the papers. These wings are available in my store. These small ones are out of stock, but they should be here any day, along with more glue stoppers, along with more pokey tools. I haven't checked the tracking, but it doesn't take long for it to get here once it's on its way. So if you're waiting for the small ones, I'm assuming they'll be here no later than Saturday. Okay, so, but these are the large ones. So here's what is this? There's like a red lint going across my desk. So here's what I was thinking. I'm thinking. So I want to use the wings, right? So I pulled out this arch canvas, and this one is the 12 by 16. And I thought, okay, well, I got to turn her, because, no, I'm not going to turn her. I'm going to lift you guys up for a minute. Really? Speaking of, oh no, it's just Amazon, which means Troy's going to freak out. So I was like, okay, yeah, I mean, I like that, but I'm not like in love with it. Okay. I like it. I'm not in love with it. So then I said, well, I wouldn't mind if she was on something and the wings, since they're hanging off here, we know that Brioni sent these to me from Australia, and this one was nested into the big one. So obviously, oh, y'all, look. Oh, isn't she beautiful? And she is solid, rock solid. Okay, so anyways, so Brioni also sent me the 16 by 20, right? This one will definitely have to go to the side because there's absolutely no way. So I said, okay, I'm not mad at that either. And obviously, you know, we would fix the paper. You know, a lot of this would come off. You know, because we want the wings to show, okay? So this one would be, isn't it beautiful, y'all? I have not put, hola, Ari. Hi, mama. I haven't put the epoxy on the back. However, y'all, it is so strong that I don't even know that it's necessary to put epoxy on the back. Y'all know I wouldn't have done this the other day. So anyways, I haven't locked it in yet because, you know, I let it cure for a couple of days before I even started messing with it. Okay, so I'm not mad at that. But then I said, there's no phone case for you today. But then I said, all right, what if we put her just on the board, right? And then had the wings totally off of the board. We could even, I don't know. I don't think I like them down. I think I like them up. Hi, Robin. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Is there anything, any one of these that you're partial to? So basically, this would be like this. I'm trying not to crease it too much unless we don't, just in case we don't use the 6x12. So that's just a 6x12 wood canvas or wood. You guys know what I'm saying. And then the wings would obviously be free of it like this. So I don't know. I'm kind of liking the 6x12. And then the wings, you know, because Abby, let's move this out of the way for a minute and put this down. So basically what we would be doing with her is giving her the hard backing, and then these would come up under her, right? Yeah, definitely prefer the wings up, right? I think they look good up too. You like the wood? Oh no. Yeah, Troy was running amok all night long again. I think I like this one too. All right, so now I'm going to tell you, just for personal preference, these wings are backwards. If you guys can see the burn, so I would put them that way. All right, so again, this is just a 6x12. I don't know. I think I've either gotten these from Amazon or Michael's. You can get them anywhere. So let's paint this white, and then we'll get to moving. Hi, Sandy. How are you? You like her on the wood with the wings up. Vicki Browning says the wood as well. Okay, let's get the comments off the screen, and let's get a. There's like a. Oh, it's a TV. I was like, what the heck? We're having like thunder and lightning. It's 100 degrees outside. What the heck? Y'all. As long as he doesn't turn it up, it'll be good. But it sounds like there's lightning. All right, so we're just going to use the Waverly plaster as usual. And I'm just going to paint that white. There's like a crusty dusty on there or something or another. So what's been going on? Man, so I get migraines and I've been doing pretty well the last few years with not getting them as often. Trevor gets them too, unfortunately. But it's been so hot, and going in and out of the AC always triggers the migraines. So I have been having gnarly headaches the last few days now. Thankfully, they haven't turned into like a full-blown migraine, thankfully, but it's still it's like a borderline headache that I'm getting every day. And I know what it is. It's just going in and out of the house, in and out of the car. Ugh, because it's so hot. Hi, Kathy Napick. Just sitting around not doing anything, waiting on my surgery to be scheduled for herniated disc. Oh, Vicky Browning. Oh my goodness. You will be in my prayers. I'm assuming, though, that once that happens, it'll be most helpful for any discomfort that you're feeling now. You know me. I don't want to put the... Hey! Hold, please. I got to go get my heat gun. I just remembered right now. So I have a large table set up over in the other area. So I was doing some other stuff with epoxy, and I brought my heat gun over there. And I even said to get it, but you know me, I can't remember anything. All right, let's dry this because I can't hold it anymore. Yeah, smells are triggering. It has to be a really has to be something really off. When I was a controller of the door plant, the forklifts out there all had propane. That would give me migraines all the time, the propane smell. But like foods and stuff like that don't trigger me. Hi, Denise. Lots of perfume. Yeah, sometimes. Actually, with me, it's funny. It's cologne. When the men are going like this over their head, and they walk by me like at the grocery store or something, I'm like. Really, Ari? Huh. Hi, Rita. I've never thought about that. Yeah, well, light is always awful, especially when it's starting to come on. You know what'll also get me, which will give me an instant migraine, is reflection from windshields. So if there's like a big rig going down the freeway, and it's got the steel cab or whatever, and it hits someone's windshield, yeah, that will go to the back of my inner corner eye and call it a day. Try not to put any more paint out and just use what's on my brush. It's just this little area. All right. So as usual, whenever you paint wood, you lift those wood fibers. So we're going to have to take a 320 and knock those fibers down because we don't want to decoupage on those pokey things. He bathes in cologne. Yeah, the light. I don't get migraines, but perfumes trigger bad headaches for me. I steer away from the department store perfume counters. Oh my goodness. I love to go in and get like the Bath and Body Works candles, but my goodness, I'd rather just order them online because you go in there and all the smells from everything is, whew. Do you want it on? The charger you took upstairs, I think, Papas. You showed me that you found it the other day when I was in my room. All right, we're just going to take a 320 and we're going to knock down. So we're not trying to sand off a layer of wood or anything. We're just going to knock down all those pokey fibers. Anytime you're on raw wood, or just if the wood is not treated, so like if it's not maybe wood that, you know, you've gotten from like the thrift store or something that has like a glaze or something on it. If it's a raw wood, most every time you're going to need to knock down those fibers because you're going to feel it. It's going to be pokey and not so nice feeling. All right. Now what? What? I haven't even been here. What the heck? I don't have a vacuum? What the heezy weezy? Oh my gosh. Bath and Body drives you crazy? All right. So, let's get her on here. And then, since she's going to go, hold on. So, I need to think about this for a minute because if she's going to go on there like so. I don't think I want the wings here. That looks weird. So I think we're going to attach them to the back. So then I'm also going to wrap the paper on the sides. Yeah? So that way the wings will come from the back like that. What do you guys think? Two of my kids have light sensitive. Oh, see, now that's scary. Oh, that's scary. All right. Decoupage varnishing glue matte. So basically, all of this can go on there. We are just literally going to take off the bottom here. I feel like something's wrong. Well, this is straight as usual. Whoa. All right, whatever. So I'm going to actually start down here with the glue. These brushes are in my store, as well as the purple handles. Actually, these might be sold out, but I do have some coming. I think they're supposed to be here Monday, but these these are the ones everybody loves. They're just good everyday brushes. All right, why am I starting at the bottom? Because I can actually flip that paper around and line this up exactly where I need to, instead of trying to make sure it's straight and yada, 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 yada. All right, so I'm going to give it a little bit of overhang. Let's make sure she's okay. She okay? She good. She's good. She's good. Okie dokie. Oh, I have one right here. Durr. All right. Hey, what is that? That's giving me a shrinkle. Something. So when I turned it over, I was able to see that line in the back. So it was just easier for me to do it that way. Up here, there is a small border up there, but the way the color is of the paper, you can't see that small border. So I'm not going to even worry about it. I'm going to leave it. I'll probably sand it back anyways. Hi, April. I had migraines when I was 11 to 48. Chocolate heat smells and a lot more set them off. Sometimes lasts for days. Only one side of the temple, eyes packed, vomiting. You would have to stay in the dark room. At 48, got MS and God cured my migraines. Haven't had them since. Aw, that's awesome. Oh, they are? Both of them are? Yeah, I knew one of them was low. I have more coming. I'm waiting. My order is supposed to be here. I think it said... Wait, is tomorrow the 11th? Tomorrow's the 11th. Oh, it might be tomorrow. I think it said the 11th. I didn't really pay attention. Yeah, when I worked out at the door company, I used to get migraines every single day. And I would not be able to have the lights on in my office because I just, it's bad enough that I'm staring at the computer, and then the lights in my office just made it worse. So anytime I had the lights off in the office, everybody knew I had a migraine, which was, like I said, almost daily. So the squeegee just helps get the rice paper down. It also moves the product underneath and spreads it out evenly. But if you don't have a squeegee, you can use, sandwich bag. If your hands aren't sweaty or, anything on them, you can use your hands, whatever you use. Use what you got. I'm just not a fan of, I'm just not a fan of the shrinkling. All right. So let's come over to the sides and let's get down these sides as well. Now I want to make sure that there's no excess paper, so that corner will be nice and crisp. Yeah. And then we'll come over here and do the same in December. Thanks, Fee. All right, why I cross over when I'm left-handed? I've asked that question for many, many years. I don't know. But at this point, I'm almost done, so why move it now? Actually, kind of going here on that edge, making sure there's some good glue there. All right, the same thing. I'm going to start down here and roll it up. Oh, I like her. Okay, let's get off this excess paper before I put a layer on top, and then we will make sure that there's enough decoupage glue all over the place. I am going to move it now after I'm done. Well, I'm not really done, but you know what I mean. Hi, Maria. How are you? Did you get the flashing lights before a migraine call? You mean what I see? What I see? Like the, what do they call them? Ooh, no. No, 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 no. We need to get a new one. That's going to pull my paper. I'm only standing up because there's a ton of stuff over here. So, something exciting. I've got some new goodies that are sitting right here that have arrived already. So, keep a lookout because there is some new pretties coming soon. Came yesterday. I didn't even have time yesterday to put all of that stuff away. So it's all sitting right here. I need to move it though because Troy's going to trip over the box. It's a big old honking box. Again, this was Mila number 760, and I just used the A4. There's Ashley. I would get migraine variants, and I would lose part of my vision, and if it was bad, the words out of my mouth were not what I was trying to say. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Nicole. Yes, ma'am. It's gonna have wings. Wings. It's gonna fly. Those of you that are just coming on, I will show you the picture that of the sisters that I resined I have not put it together. When you do epoxy, you should let it set for a couple days. It doesn't cure. It cures enough for you to touch it, but I usually don't like to really mess with it for at least 72 hours. So I don't want to put it inside of the frame just yet. Probably tomorrow. I need to take pictures of it anyways. Oh, look at her face. Okay, so this is how the sisters turned out. I don't know if you can see all that beautiful. So that is the chameleon varnish in gold underneath that epoxy. But I love the way it turned out. So, and it's strong as all get out. And I didn't even put the epoxy on the back. I don't even know if I'm going to put the epoxy on the back, to be honest, because it's so strong. Like you guys know, I would not have been tapping on it before we did that. But hi, Lynn. Hello, Holly girl. Hi, Treese. How's mom? She turned 40 in May. She was trying to get in with a local neurologist, but getting a big runaround. She's had to have steroid. Oh, yeah. Ridiculous. Okay, so let's go ahead and I am going to put on a quick layer on the top, and this is mainly to lay down any edges from the gator. And also I want to make sure, yep, see, so I'm going to force it up. Can you see it's not stuck down well? So I'm going to force it up. I'm going to be careful that I don't shrinkle the paper. And I'm going to get underneath there. And then we're going to come down and really make sure that's down. And that typically where you have the excess paper, so that's where, the name of the paper and all that was. Typically where you have excess paper, you always want to check that edge. So you see, again, we have the excess paper on the edges there, so let's make sure. Looks like only right there. Getting a little carried away with it though. All right, now let's get it down. And just be careful not to touch your paper while it's wet, because it will stick to you and you will damage the print. All right. It's good. It's good enough. Let's put that in the water. We don't need that. Okay. Good cuddly muggly. All right. We'll dry her a little bit, but then I'm going to set her aside because we need to address these wings. Now, the The coloring on her background is obviously got some greens, some reds, some oranges, yellows, blues. I'm trying to figure out if the wings, I don't know so much if I like the idea of having it ombre that color. But I'm almost wanting to crackle the wings. You did beautiful. Oh, thank you, April. Hi, Helena. Hi, Kaylee girl. I feel like getting out the wall crackle that I've been loving and crackling these wings. And then Finnabair makes a gorgeous liquid acrylic that is like in this orange-red family, and sinking that into those. And she also has my favorite blue in the liquid acrylics as well. All right. Let me grab those because I want to see if, because I think the wings crackled would be really cool, but I'm trying to think. I mean, obviously they're thin, they're smaller, but it would still pick it up. So she has a tiger orange, and she has, this is my favorite, the Prussian blue. So we could sink that in to the wings. But I might burnt sienna them first and then sink those in. Oh, Ashley, you'll be good, man. What if you ombre out the colors to the small feathers, then go into a pearl for whatever color for the rest of the wings? So this, by the small feathers, I'm assuming you mean just the inner parts, and then the outside be like a pearlescent. That would be really pretty. Ashley, I didn't ask you so that way you could play to somebody else's style. I asked you for your style, for your personality, for who you are. That's who I want, is you on there. And so you don't have to change not one daggone thing, ma'am. You just go on and you be you. I do have real feathers. I do have real feathers. Why do we want real feathers? Where are we going to put the real feathers? On here. Helena, thank you so much for the stars. Hi, Kathy. No, I'll be there with you, but I will not have sent you anything personally. I know on the wings, but like, so we would cover these wings? You mean cover these wings? Okay, just because I know where the black ones are and don't feel like digging for the white ones, I don't even know where the white ones. Oh, I think they're in there somewhere. She said for the feathers, duh. I know. for the wings. I know for the wings. So, like, layer them on there? Because I have different sizes, right? So, there's, like, you know, the long ones, the short ones. Who is stomping on my head? To the back of them? I don't know how to show you guys because they want to, you know. I don't like that idea. Scratch my last comment. Yep, on the front. You know, feathers they don't want to lay flat. And that would be a heck of a glue fest to get these feathers to shape properly with that. Don't like that. No feathers. Oh, sucky now. No feathers. I don't know where these mamma jammas go. All right. So, do we not like the crackling idea on the feathers? And should we just paint them? I like the pearl idea. So if you were late, the way that these are going to go is like this. Y'all always vote me out. Do we think they should be like a pearlescent and not colored like this here? Don't know how much the crackle would show up on the wings. Yeah, I do know that it is like a thinner. So the crackle, you guys know what crackle I'm talking about, right? The white crackle, which is basically what's on here, right? But instead of sinking just browns, I would sink the oranges and the blue. Hi, Miss Donna Sue. Stain the feathers. Stain these. Now I'm confused. What feathers are we talking about? I would like them with tiger orange and the blue as an ombre. Just go into it with these and not anything on top of them first. We need to test the color on here because I have a feeling we're going to want these white first. I don't want them black. Hold on a minute. Don't we have any what's in here? Is this anything? Don't mind me. Whoa. Watch your little booty, little girl. Watch your little booty. Watch your little booty. You guys see those colors? Love them so much. See? Look. Alright, and then let's get a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Come on, don't. I was just going to say, don't do that. Alright. Hey now. Hey now. Use my little brush washer in a while. Washa, brusha, brusha. Right. Yeah, see, I don't think I'm gonna like the way it soaks into the cardboard without some type of base. That don't look nice. That don't look nice at all. Hi, Lori. Hi, Cindy Truitt. Oh, sooky now. Hey now, what's falling? Where the heck did that come from? It's falling and it can't get up. Please don't splash me. Please, I beg of you. Please, I beg of you. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm really trying to squeeze so lightly. All right. So I think we like the white. The black is just going to be too harsh, I believe. Ah, yay! I swear. You get your stuff so fast. Sue, I think we always need to ship your stuff UPS. Because your stuff and her stuff went out at the same time. And she got, yep, that's not going to do bananas. All right, white it is. And she got her stuff so much quicker. Yours, anytime I ship it, UPS always takes too long. But that's the story of everything right now with them. Okay. Oh, Lordy B. Unfortunately, we got to paint these Mama Jammas white first. Yeah. Mama, you don't have to move. Come back. You can come back. You can come back. Come back. Come back. All right. Now, because we're putting them on the back is going to actually have to be painted too, which is oh so fun. Oh, so fun. This is just not my friend lately. Hey, I'm missing a pokey tool. Oh, there it is. Texture with brocante powder. I could do that. All right. Now, hey, we're going to ask the Waverly. Oh, there we go. See, little pokey tool action, and everything is all good in the hood. All right. I'm just going to use my Princeton so we can not be here for 10 years painting these. But I'm going to use the soft brush so that way it doesn't damage these little pieces here. Man, I don't know what I left the TV on, but there sure is a lot of action going on. I know, super fast. I like the ombre idea, then crackle the pearl and sink in some of the ombre colors. Mix some of the burnt sienna in with the tiger orange. So do you guys know what the brocante powder is? What Catherine's talking about? It's similar to what we already, it's one of the newer products that came out with all of the wall products. Like similar to like the 3D powder. It gives you that texture. We could texturize these. I don't think I've used that brocante powder since I was with Bacillus. I believe it's in the store. Don't they have the brocante and the magnesia in the store? I don't remember anymore. Oh, it is in the store. Hi, Ruby. How are you? Sue just put the link in. Or velvet powder. Sue, I can't remember anymore, y'all. I was going through my inventory the other day and I was like, where did all of this stuff come from? At what point did I say didn't I say I was just going to keep it small? I think I said that. I think I remember saying that. Like I was just going to be like, you know, just small, just over here, you know, just bringing in the things that I loved and that I think you guys would love, and somehow it's added up to be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pieces of stuff for me to stop. Yeah, Terry and her bright ideas. But we love. And I think that's another thing too, is like if somebody, you know, like I know how it feels like when I'm looking for something and I can't find it, but I know what I want. So when somebody messages me and they're like, hey, Terry, can you find me, you know, beach stuff? Or can you find me this? Or can you find me that? I'm like, yeah. And then, but typically what happens is I can't just order one of it. Like, that's silly. So then I order multiples, and then that becomes something that is now in the store. I don't know. All right. Now I realize that, look, are we going to get all of this in here? I mean, I could sit here with the brush and get all of that, but I still need to flip it over and paint the back side. So we'll see how much of that I need to mess with. But the liquid acrylics are also very liquidy, hence the name. They'll probably take care of a lot of the little pieces that I've missed as well, as far as the painting goes. Okay, so why didn't it let my last comment post? What? I don't know. Sue, did it give you a warning about her last comment? Usually if a comment doesn't post on YouTube, it'll hold it, and then an admin can either let it through or delete it. Yeah, that's true. I ordered stuff the other day. Will be my first time using it. From me or from someone else? All right, I'm gonna. Yeah, she's in my neck of the woods. Well, not necessarily, but she's in California. She's still quite a ways away from me, but in California. Hold on, y'all already know what I gotta do. Gotta touch my nose. Because God forbid we have a live without my nose trying to run out of here. That would be impossible. All right. You jerk face. Wanting to splatter on me. Rudeness, I tell ya. Alright, let's pick this one up. Because I don't much, like I said. Don't do that though. See, these are so delicate on the inside. I don't much care about the inner part, but on the outer parts, I do want that painted. And then we'll dry it, flip it around, and paint the back side without Mac even telling me that I have to do it. All right, it's good enough. No, not. All right, let's dry these. This one's probably already dry. We'll flip it around, paint the back, and then these don't need to be spritzed because they will dry. The rust in patina, rust would have been really cool, but it's not really. This is the he does watercolor, right? So all these are hand painted. So I don't know. I think the patina would have, that minty color would have kind of been off. The rust, and you can make rust look any color you want. You could have added some blues into it. All right, let's flip these Mama Jammas around, and then whatever it doesn't get painted, I'm not gonna worry so much about it as far as on the inner little bits, because by the time we finish doing all the things to it, waxing and painting, you're not gonna notice the little bits that aren't painted. And if you do notice, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Woohoo! Time to hit the road, Ash. Time to hit the road. Yes, Fee, they are. So I am a retailer for her. So I sell these in my shop and a lot of other things. Speaking of Nicole, y'all, she made those glue stoppers and those pokey tools so doggone fast. I do think she's gonna bop me upside the head though if I order any more from her. Probably gonna give her like carpal tunnel or something. But they're so cute. And you guys seem to love them too because you guys keep buying them all. Telling you, it's a brilliant idea. Just for the fact that I can take the glue stopper out of the bottle and not lose the doggone pin. Because then what ends up happening, right, is I'll just say, forget it. I'll get another pin and put it in after I'm done with the live. And then I forget to put the pin in. And then the hole closes because I didn't put a pin in. And then whenever I go to use it on the live next, I'm fighting with it because it's clogged. The struggles of a crafter. First world problems, isn't it? Hi, Deborah. Oh, thank you. Yes, I did. So I used the wings. I used some wings from a company that was no longer open, and I didn't realize it. And folks started asking where they could get the wings from. So then I asked Nicole if she can make some wings for me. So I carry this size and a smaller size. And she said, well, wouldn't you know, I just got a bunch of chipboard and I was going to start cutting them. And, I said, well, perfect timing. You can cut them for me so I can put them in the store because folks want them. Because I think I was using them on something else from her store. Oh, the standing dress form. I think it was, right, y'all? I put wings on that. But I didn't realize that company had closed. But they're gorgeous. They're sturdy. I love them. All right. So I'm thinking. It's good enough. I'm just trying to now, wherever there's like puddles of white, I'm trying to move that about with the brush so that way there's not big goopies on the wings. And then let's actually be careful. And I want to make sure that actually is the front side. Yeah, see, I don't want any goopies coming through the front. All right. And we don't need a piece of my hair in there either. I'm believing that's what that is. Okie dokie, artichoke. Let's dry these and then we can get to the good stuff. God, that's always just the most painful part, is this part. Right, let's get these out of here. We don't need that stuff. I guess you could have also used, if you have your acrylic primer, you could use the acrylic primer on these too. It's thinner. It probably would have sunk in a lot quicker. But that's why I buy the Waverly plaster, because you get it at Walmart. It's fairly cheap, so I don't mind using that in bulk to do the bases and stuff. I've told you guys a few times I don't really like using my Pink Art stuff for, you know, when I'm going to just cover it up. All right. So these are good. It's good. It's good. Okie dokie, artichoke. Now let's get. Wait. Okay. Is that the right way? I mean, it doesn't matter. Oh, it was this one, right? Whatever. Okay, so now, again, if we're looking at her, the blues are on the inner parts, and it kind of goes out to the orange as far as here. Now, do we need to make it look exactly like that? No, we don't. But, you know, good reference point. Anyways, this is going to dye your brushes. So, if you have favorite brushes like this, don't use those because they will no longer be white. Just letting you know. Telling you. Just, you know. I'm trying to decide which ones I don't care about that's going to dye my wings, but whatever. It's all good. I've got probably 17,000 brushes back there I haven't used yet. What are you? Why are you here? Oh, I know why you're here, because I was using you earlier, and you're probably wet. Yep, you are. Okay. All right, so your see what happens. Your liquid acrylics, even though they're in the small bottle, I've said it many a times, I've had these same bottles for I don't know how many years now. They last a long time. Troy, what are you yelling at? Yeah, Mom cannot see you or why you're yelling. So you'll need to come here. Are you yelling at one of the dogs or you're just yelling? Okay, never mind that then. Never mind. That's fine. I talk to myself anyways. I can just pretend I was talking to myself and not you. All right, I'm just going to hold this in my hand. Okay, now I always mix them with water. You don't have to, but they are so opaque that I can't remember a time where I've gone in with just the acrylic themselves, the liquid acrylic, and not mixed it with a little bit of water. But there's no rule. You don't have to. All right? Okay. All of my paper just fell on my leg. Oh my goodness. Mary Sharkey, thank you so much for the stars. You know you don't have to do that, but I always appreciate it so very much. Yes, it would, Deborah, but it's going to soak up in there. Kathy Dean and the man in charge. How are you? How's Honey Bunches today? And I'm also going to wet my brush, drench my brush. And I guess for now, I'm going to go in, I don't know. I'm going to go in with the indigo first. And I'm dabbing it on purpose because, as you guys seen, all of that on the inside, I just had an idea. Hold on to your shorts, y'all. You know, when I have an idea, it's really scary. You better stop yelling now. You better come tell me what you're yelling about. I can't see you. Oh, please don't get on my hand. Please don't get on my hand. Please don't get on my hand. I can't see you, love. You've got to come closer. Okay, pasta sauce. Where did you leave it at? No, it's in your room on your dresser. I know what you're looking for. It's in your room on your dresser. Hi, Patty. Hi, Miss Shauna. Hi, Luann. All right, so we're going to move this aside for just a minute. You guys seen what I did there, yeah? I just picked that Mama Jamma up. I really don't want this on my hands because it's going to stain it like no other, y'all. Trust me, I promise. You guys know I don't even like Finna Bear's waxes on my hands. This is worse. Hi, Nancy Church. I'm blessed, and he is even more blessed. He's doing well. Chicken noodle soup and grilled cheese sandwich. He's eating light tonight, but that's good. I like that. Chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup. All right, so I'm going to wet my second brush, and I'm going to wet it quite a bit. And I'm going to go in with a little bit of that burnt sienna first. I know that's probably a really funky angle for you guys, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but it's a wing. There's no real easy way for me to hold it. All right, I'm Let's continue some of this. We don't want it just to have like start and stops that look real strange. Let's bring it back. And then we are going to grab another brush and we're going to grab some of that orange. If you're mixing colors, please use your color wheel. If you don't know what colors will make mud. Just saying. Papas, okay, pasta sauce. Okay, donde? Son, you don't even watch TV. Okay. But can you put it down because Mama can't grab it right now? Oh, no. Thank you, son. You're the bestest ever. You're the bestest ever. Okay, I can't drink that right now, Troy. You got jokes. Hi, Tina Roy. All right. So up here, where this is supposed to be marrying nicely and playing well together, let's add another little bit of blue. And we're going to come back in with our brown and put a little bit of that in there. Brown being burnt sienna. And I think I don't like that right there. That looks weird. Right, and then let's get our tiger orange. Hot diggity dog, hot diggity dog. And if you don't particularly care for it, just paint over it. But I'm kind of digging it. All right, let's dry that because I want that to kind of stay like that, and then I will show you. I will show you what it looks like up against the paper, and then you guys can tell me what you think. So we'll go back over it with another layer in just a second, but let me show you guys, and you guys can tell me. I need to make sure. Lord only knows. Okay, well. All right, so now, do we like that? Again, we're going to go over it one more time. That was the first layer. What do we think? Hi, Phyllis. Do we like that? I kind of am digging it, y'all. All right. So we're just going to now go over it just a little bit more. We're going to really, we've laid down where we want our colors to be. Now we're just going to, like, there's a little bit of white right there. So we're going to come back here into the thicker parts. And the same thing we want, remember, he watercolored all of this. So hence us kind of going in and giving that same effect. We do need to make sure, though, that these edges are getting handled, because right now they are not. Again, the inside, I'm not going to really stress off of that too much, but do want it to run. Then we're going to come back in with our brown, which is, again, our burnt sienna. And that needs a little more. Yay! Every now and again, you know? Every now and again, I know what I'm doing. Sometimes, not so much. All right, so same thing. We want to, again, we're going to match kind of the vibe that Andy has with his watercoloring. And we're just going in. I'm going to come back down and then go back up, because now all we're doing is just giving it a little bit more opacity. And I was being a dodo bird and did not put more tiger orange, because we do need a little bit more of that. But let's not water that one down as much. And we'll spray here, though, so it will run. Kind of like my nose once again. It likes to annoy me. Alright, then we're going to come back down this way so that they can meet up a little bit better. And also, again, we need to remember to take care of these edges, because that does not look good. Hi, baby. Did you find it? Because if you didn't, Mama will find it for you when I'm done. More than likely, it's wrapped up in your blankets. Hey, don't hit my arm, please. I see what you just did. I know. All right, and then let's spray this so it's not such a uniform lay down of that. I see you got into Amazon. I know. All right, and then I think the only place that I missed on the edges here was the sienna, so I'm going to come over here. Got a piece right there. That's wet, so let's meet over there. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Let's dry that down. And I'm actually going to turn down the heat on here so I can blow the color a little bit. Let's blow that one back down that way so the brown will go into that. Troy, I'm watching you. I know you think I'm not, but I really am. Don't you dare hit that buy now button. Don't do it. Okay, that I don't like, so let's bring that down. There we go. Hi, Sandy Triplet. Oh my goodness, Kathy. Happy birthday. Hope you have an amazing dinner. I know, Papas. So, last night, let me tell you what I did. I do have eyes in the back of my head. I think all mommies do, right? Let me tell you what happened. So last night yesterday I ordered him a phone case. Yeah, that's my life. And he was asking me for it all day long, as he usually does. And it was almost bedtime, and it still hadn't come. Look at that. I think we nailed that one, y'all. So that will go right there. Thank you. So that will go right there. And I think it's perfect. So anyways, so we I ordered him a phone case. It's almost time for him to go to bed. Phone case has not arrived yet, and I'm thinking, okay, what's going on? Why is it not here? He's asking for it. He's on his way to bed, but he's like, asking for the phone. He wants the phone case. And anyways, I look on my phone, and sure enough, it's been delivered to the mailbox. So I think to myself, oh, perfect. I'm going to go to the mailbox. I'm going to give him this phone case. And then he's going to go night-night because he's going to be so happy that I actually have the phone case. And he's not just asking for it. And I'm telling him it's coming, and it didn't really come, right? I give him the phone case. He screeches like he does. You know how he does the, let's start out here first so I don't forget. He does his, so excited, so happy. And then he runs amok all night long. He was so excited that he ran amok all night long. So I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. You heard me, 3 o'clock in the morning. Mind you, he's woken me up a few times already. Midnight, 1 o'clock. So I get out of my bed, I should say, at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I come down the stairs because there's a light on downstairs. And Troy's sitting at the table halfway in the dark. He didn't turn the light on over there where I could see him. He turned on this backlight, so he still had light, but not lighting it all the way up. That's what he was doing. So I said, Troy, and it actually scared him. And if you know, Troy doesn't get scared. Counting yesterday, I can count on one hand how many times I've actually seen Troy get startled. And he jumped, and so I know he wasn't expecting me to come down, obviously. And I said, what are you doing? And he just smiled at me, and I said, get your behind up here. It's time to go to bed. Walked up to the bed, showing me his phone case. What is the yellow color on the edge? This is actually tiger orange. Yeah. So, lesson to be learned, don't give Troy something right before he goes to bed, because obviously he's going to be excited about it, and he's not going to want to go right to sleep. As if you didn't know this 24 years later, because it's the same thing that happens at Christmas. He gets super excited and he doesn't want to go to bed. I don't know, maybe I had a brain fart or something, because obviously I had a forgetful moment. All right. So just like the first time, we're going to lay down a base, and then we'll come back in and darken it up. We can actually do that a little bit right now, because I need the burnt sienna to run, so that way we could put the tiger orange in there. And I'm going to hold it up here. Yeah, I don't know. Rookie mistake, Avi. But wowee, he was living his best life with his phone case, 3 o'clock in the morning, just watching his shows, sitting at the table, undercover. He knew not to turn all the lights on, because if I opened my door to my bedroom, I would be able to see all the lights. Quite the slick one he is, tell ya. Okay, we're gonna lean it up this way. And once again, I did it again. It's okay. I'll put it on heavy out there, and then we'll spray it and let it run into the burnt sienna. And then we'll turn it back. Yeah, he is. He's so, because here's the thing too, is he even turned the light off in his room. And that's what ended up happening, is I didn't want to turn the light on to see if he was in his room, because if he was in his room and I would have turned the upstairs light on, it would have woke him up, right? Because I know he'd already been up a lot already. So if maybe he had fallen asleep, I didn't want to turn that light on, right? So instead of turning the light on, I was going to do process of elimination and make sure that he wasn't down the stairs, you know. So I kind of peeked my head out and I don't see anything. So I was like, okay, maybe he finally did fall asleep. Well, then something told me to walk out a little bit further past his room. So I came past his room, and then I could see there was a light. A little bit, like, you know, if there was a night light on, so it wasn't so bright, I could see a light on, and I thought, no, I know for a fact I shut off everything. And even though Nick comes down the stairs after I shut off everything, he too will shut off everything. He doesn't ever leave anything on when he goes to work. Sure enough, the boy was sitting down here trying to be incognito. Hi, Miss Edie. How are you? It's okay. Okay, so now we have our first layer on, and I missed blue over here too. So now let's make sure we don't miss. So before I wet it, I'm going to come out here first, and then we're just going to dab it in there. We're going to do a little bit of spraying and let it run. Obviously, the wings are not going to be exactly the same, but that would be silly to try to get them to be exactly the same, I think. Okay, I'm going to spray that just a little bit to make that run, and then put it down for just a second, because I do want the burnt sienna to be a little bit more opaque first before I let it run. All right, and then let's go in with the Tiger Orange. Don't do that. And then we're going to use the burnt sienna and use that water. Oh man. To blend that out. And also make sure I did it right there. Again, we're going to have to do the backs as well, so we'll have to do that process again. All right, whoa. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing and flip it up. Okay, and then I'm just going to lay it flat, and what's happened is the burnt sienna isn't as opaque as it is over here because it's too watery. So I'm just going to add a little bit of burnt sienna in there and not add any water. Okay, and then I'm going to use the dryer after I spray it and blow the paint again. I hate my nose. What? Sorry, I think it's funny. We'll watch rest. Okay, good night, Fee. Thank you for popping in. You think it's funny? Oh, and that's the thing, April. You don't have to be sorry. So I can't get mad at him because, of course, I could get mad at him, right? But I can't get mad at him because those are little feats for me and Troy. Like, for him to actually think about the fact, like, hey, you know what? I shouldn't turn on this light, but I need to see. So I'm going to turn on the light way back there. So that way, maybe Mom won't see that the light's on and know that I'm down here. And the fact that he is doing that kind of critical thinking like that, I can't get mad at that. I think it's pretty cool, actually. It's hard to get mad at Troy when he does things like that, where, most would probably get in trouble, but I think it's, while it's not ideal for me to be awake at 3 o'clock in the morning because he's running wild, and he's not even running wild. He was sitting at the table just watching his funny videos. It's just kind of amazing little accomplishments. So obviously I turned the heat down, way down, so that way I can kind of use it to blow the liquid acrylic. Hi, Deborah. Right? Because there are literally, there's one thing about my house. There are 7,000 lights down here. Like, a ton of lights. So he could have hit all 5 switches and it would have been lit up from. But he didn't. He only hit the one way down here. Turkey lips. I tell ya. Little turkey lips. Okay. Still a little wet right there. Because obviously. Just going to dab off some of that heavy. But the imperfect stuff is okay. And again, I've got to do this to the back side, so we'll have to do that tomorrow as well. But so it doesn't look all crazy. You guys can kind of see. What we're doing. And then we'll also need to, obviously, you know, there needs a lot of work needs to be done to her. We still need to go in and do some a lot of stuff to the board. We haven't even sealed it. We haven't done any antiquing. We haven't done anything to her. But for the rough go, I wait for my stuff from Amazon and then I'll stay up doing it like electronic stuff. Hi, Celeste. So tomorrow when we come back, as if my hand would be clean under there. Tomorrow when we come back, we will have to do the back side of the wings, which is good that we're kind of laying off the water right now because these are, even though these are very thick chipboard, there a lot of water has gone onto these and then the liquid acrylic, you know, so it's good to let them kind of go. Actually, what I will probably do is put down some more parchment paper wherever I threw it. Oh, did it fall to the back? Oh my gosh. It might have fell to the back because it kept falling on my legs and I threw it. Yep, it did. Some of it fell to the back. So what I'll do is put some parchment tape paper down and then, you know, just probably set something on it. Not the picture, but I'll set something on it so that they'll flatten out. And then tomorrow when we come back, we will do the backs. Now, obviously, you can see that there has been some of the liquid acrylic that's gone to the back, but it doesn't matter because of the way that we are doing it, where it's very imperfect and the way that we're blending the colors together. It's going to blend. We'll blend it in. But one thing that'll be different about tomorrow is that we'll have to mind both sides so that way that one of the sides don't look crazy compared to the other side. And then once that is dry, we do have the pearl that we could go over some of it with the pearl and give it a pearlescent look. You know, because they are wings. I don't know. We'll play with it. Maybe we do the back to see how we like it. And then, I don't know. she still needs work. We still need to do some stuff to the actual frame itself. Albeit that it looks beautiful as it is, we cannot just, well, I cannot just stick some rice paper on a board and leave it. We're going to need to do some antiquing and something or another to her. And I don't know, she's got a lot of space up here, so maybe we put something on her head. I don't know. We will see. But thank you. Where does my mouse go? I mean, I know it travels from one to the, oh, there it is. It's over here. It's back. It's here now. Okay, I'm here. So that's what it's going to be. Let's hold her so that way we can see her, because I keep having to see it onto the desk. I really can't see her. Oh my gosh, you guys. Obviously, we'll have to see how far out the wings will need to be spread, but look at how cool that's going to be. Oh, I love her. I don't even know if we need to do anything, Pearl, to it, because the liquid acrylic has a shine to it as it is. But like I said, because the back is shown, you know what I mean? We do it. You have to do the back. You have to do something to the back. But yeah, I think that those colors ended up being absolutely perfect. So if you want to know, again, we use the Prussian burnt sienna and the tiger orange, and they're all the liquid acrylics. They are in the store. This Prussian blue is my absolute favorite blue. It's just like, it's kind of like the indigo blue that I like from Pintart the matte. But anyways, so I hope you guys have a fantabulous rest of your day. I will see you back here tomorrow. Whoa. Same time, same place. Keep an eye on Telegram, because we really don't have much to do tomorrow. We just have this. So, you know, those kind of days are always easy days. Hi, Patty. Oh, thank you. Hi, Sheila Teagan. Yeah. So, anyways, I'll see you back here tomorrow. Same time, same place. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Try to stay cool. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.